the church, the administration, and today, football. What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question. But you know, everything begins from the spirit. And without the spiritual, none of those two you mentioned after that can move. The Bible says God upholds all things by the word of his power, and his word is spirit. So we spiritually, as like you said, without that, if we don't link with God, we can't move, we can't live. We get our breath, our living, our everything, our existence from him. And based on the purpose of creation, we were created to serve God. So it is impossible to walk without connecting to the spirit, that is to divinity or to divine, who is the author and the source of our existence. Yeah, you talk of administration. You know, even God himself is an administrator. The Bible says the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And wherever authority is put in place, like Romans chapter 13 says, it is put in place by God. So God himself is interested, or is part of administration. Why? He said in 1 Corinthians 14:40 that let everything be done decently and in order. Without administration, there will be no order. Without administration, the society will move anyhow. So God is interested in that. That's why we are also part of it. Apart from being part of the spiritual, which is the church, we are part of the administration likewise to establish order in the society. Yeah, you talk of sports. You know the Bible says physical exercise profits little, but spiritual exercise profits much, even unto life forevermore. So it is necessary. We don't want to miss in any part. We don't want to miss in any part. Spiritually, we are making profit by being connected to God. Physically too, we need to come and exercise the body. You know, man is a tripartite being, right? You are made up of your spirit, your soul, and your body. But the real person of man is your spirit. You have a soul and you are living in a house, which is your body. So if you don't furnish your house, you don't put your house in good condition, it will even affect your spirit. And that's where many people are failing who are with God, Christians, if I may put it that way. They concentrate only with themselves. They forget about the house they are staying in. That is your body. But the Bible tells us it profits. There's profit in physical exercise. If I'm only preaching, I'm only fasting, there's a day that I will not be able to get up from the bed because my body needs exercise. I need to exercise my body. So that is why we don't want to leave any stone unturned. Both the spiritual, we are there. Administrative, we are there. Spiritual, we are there because the purpose of our existence is there. Administrative, we are there for order to be established in the society. And now, we are supposed to be part of exercise for our house to be furnished so that we'll be able to do the two responsibilities.
Okay. Apostle, it is all over the air on radio and television. They talk about the Christian Football League. So what do you have to say about this, and what are your intentions?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm surprised if you are telling me it's all over, which that is good news, because it's a vision God gave to us, actually from the Goshen Family Restoration Ministries, about a Christian Football League. That is what we are about to begin. That's why we are engaging now on friendly matches. From the friendly matches, we'll begin with a competition here in Yaoundé, which we will, it will embody not only Christian teams, but every team in the society. Because, you know, God is the creator of every creature. We want it to embody, even though we baptized it or Christianed it, the Christian competition, but it involves every team, the clubs, churches, and veterans, every team that will be interested to be part of the competition. So we'll start it in Yaoundé here, and from there, by the grace of God, we are going to move to the regions with two great aims. Number one is to bring back the dignity of humanity by taking man back to its appropriate position in life. And number two, you know, and this is done through the showcase of some Christian values, which in the course of us playing, those Christian values will be manifested. You know, people have used sports, especially football today, to manifest other kinds of values, and they don't help the society. You see people involved in drugs, you see people involved in marabouts, witchcraft, and the rest because they need success in sports. But you see, in the long run, they have an after effect. So we are trying to bring the value of the owner or author of sports, who is God. If his value is being manifested in his exercise like sports, you discover that there will be no after effect or repercussion to those who are involved in it. So it is one part of our goal that God told us, go restore the area of football. You know, we are running with a mandate of restoration. Go restore the area of sports, and we are using football as a channel to do that. Number two, even as you spoke about the administration, there are certain ills in the society that needs to be corrected. You see little children today involved in drug abuse. You see smoke marijuana and all those kind of things. You see the mess in the society, abortion and the rest. We want to use this opportunity through sports to pass on messages that will be able to keep a healthy society. By taking off all those things, drugs, abuse will be coming out with brochures in relation to what will affect your health and what have you, to make sure as we are playing, we are sensitizing the population that comes in to listen or to follow the match. In the course of them following the match, they are brought back to, they are dignified, back to God. Number two, the society is in a healthy state. So those are our two principal missions when it comes to this competition we are supposed to engage in. And we are soliciting the government to send us a helping hand, likewise to see that, because I think that's one of the ideals of the government. If the society is not healthy, the government cannot administer properly. So we are really soliciting for the government to be part of that which God has placed in our spirit to keep a healthy society. You see all these rivals, all these oppositions, contention, terrorism, and all those things, they stem from somewhere. And I want to believe principally they stem from what plays over our brain. People can play over your brain with ideologies from words and also with medicals, with drugs. So when we move on, we have a duty to see that we balance up the brain of humanity. That's what will bring dignity. Because if you are a dignified human being, you are not in the military, you can't be holding arms to do what with it. You know that there are people who are in that domain to take care of that. So you'll be able to do that which is right. I think all those are part of our agendas under those two principal heads.
Okay. Yes, Apostle, thank you so much. But I have this one question. You said football. Why football? Why not Njangi houses? Why not hospitals? Why not prison, but football? Why targeting football?
Yeah, you know, the society is geared now too much towards that direction. If you talk of football, you may get so many people. It's a great unifying factor. It is what brings even enemies together, brings people from different backgrounds and what have you together. So in the course of doing that, when people are all together, you may easily pass a message that will keep all of them in unity, in love, in the fear of the Lord, away from drug abuse, away from the attitude or aspects that are not really convenient or comfortable to the society. So football is one of those greatest channels of which it is done. But apart from this football, we have arms in the ministry, like the prison outreach, which there are people there who reach out to the prison. They are in charge of that. They also meet them there with the gospel and try to bring in a lot of transformation and in relation to their mindset and what have you. We have other arms in the ministry, Bodeka, Bridge of Hope for the Destitute. We meet out with those who are challenged with living, destitutes, the orphans and what have you, to see how we put them back first to their rightful place of existence before supporting them even physically. Because no matter how you are supported physically, if you don't have a place, if they call you an orphan, there's already a vacuum, which is irreplaceable. So they need to know that every physical parent is just a channel. The real father whom we have, or the real parent, is the Godhead, is God. So when we take them back to God and give them that kind of awareness from the Bible, I mean, it gives them a kind of comfort that whatever comes in as physical support, it is fruitful.
Thank you so much. Apostle, we are here for a friendly encounter. What are your expectations?
Yeah, I think, like I said, we have these two great missions. Number one is to bring back the dignity of humankind. And you can't do that without the Creator, the person who gave the dignity. And we do that through his direction from his word. So the first expectation I have is to see how souls are won for Jesus, to bring them back to God. Because you know Jesus made a statement. He said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man gets to the Father except by means of me, in John chapter 6. So we are trying to take people back to God through the means of Jesus Christ. So like you see, the church is already moving around and evangelizing, giving tracts out, talking to people, and what have you, to see that people now identify back their Creator. Identifying back your Creator, restore your dignity. It restores back the dignity of man. And that is the first aspect of it. Number two, we always vie for victory. In every competition we are in, we always vie for victory. So my second expectation is to see how the outcome of this match is victorious on our side. We desire to win, even though we are playing with an academy, they are always with the ball. But my desire sincerely is that we should win this match, so that we give God the honor for winning in his name, and also to make even the academy to know without God, even though the academy, nothing can work. That is my great expectation. Through that now we'll be able to pass the message of Christ again to them, and that will be able to help their team if they are going out there for any competition, like the competitions which they are preparing for, the national competition, the regional league, and what have you. They'll be able to showcase the values of Jesus, and Jesus will be behind them to make sure they win their matches, and that will be passing a message to the society that apart from diabolism, you can still have victory when it comes to football.
Okay, Apostle, as a man of God, same time a statesman, how far have you gone with preparations, and how do you intend to bring in the state into this affair?
Yeah, you know, like I said, I quoted Hebrews chapter 13. You know, many people think when you are spiritual, you neglect the government and you do things anyhow. You say, thus saith the Lord. It doesn't work that way when it comes to the Bible. You can't neglect the state. The state has been put in place by God. It is his divine institution to establish order in every society. So we cannot go ahead with the competition without the state. That's why there are ongoing preparations now. We are trying to prepare some administrative letters to see how we can integrate or work together with the state, with institutions in relation to football like FECAFOOD, likewise with the government like the Prime Ministry and those who are youth and sport people who are in charge of football. And I want to believe even the state is interested in sports, because there are some ministries that have their teams which they will also participate in this competition, like the Minfield Finance. We also have the Prime Ministry itself. He has a team. They'll be able to participate in this competition. And you have tourism and many others. So we are believing God that the state will catch up with this vision, because you know, as of now, we don't have any resource. We have a vision. But we know the Bible says when God gives a vision, he provides the provisions. We are seriously believing God that the state will be one of the avenues of which these provisions will be provided for us to run this competition with these great ideals, like I've said, especially in relation to a healthy society. Then taking man back to his dignified state in this same society. There, doing that will eradicate a lot of noise, nuisance, which we find here, a lot of headache, which affects government actions, because government now begin to concentrate on things that are not even necessary, because the society is not too much healthy. But when the society remains healthy, the governmental action will be able to help to boom our economy, change a lot of situations which everybody at the end will rejoice, because they'll have time to concentrate on what is really important. So then, what we have put in place as of now, we have contacted some of the churches and some of the clubs. We are preparing letter to forward to the administration, and our objective is to see that it goes round to the 10 regions, where we'll have representatives of in each of these regions in relation to this Christian competition. And they'll be running it maybe vis-a-vis with FECAFOOD and what have you. The competition will be run just like we have the National League today, the Regional League. You know, in Cameroon here, there's no Christian competition. When it comes to Christianity, it's as if the aspect of sport is neglected, which is wrong. As if the aspect of sport is neglected, which is totally wrong. And the church is supposed to be part of the society, part of the building of the society. We saw how it was in the later days. The kings walked with the priest, but today that scenario have changed. The church is calling the administration witch, amok, and what have you. The administration is seeing the church as a threat. It's not supposed to be like that. These are institutions that have been created by God to work together to enhance and build a society properly. And we are believing God through this vision that will be established. So from the regions, the southwest region, northwest region, north region, center region, littoral, this competition by the grace of God will be ongoing, of which values will be passed through, including governmental values. We want to use that as a means, because through sports now everybody will be coming. You'll not be coming down from this party, or I'm from this tribe, or I'm from wherever. You'll be coming in the name of football, then those values will be passed, will be inserted in through that means. For now, we just have a speaker, which we do a lot of after we are doing commentaries of the match, and at the same time we are preaching the gospel, or speaking things that will be able to bring dignity to humanity, and certain ills in the society which are not good, like abortion, like drug abuse, drug addict, and all those addictions in things which are not proper, which will make you tomorrow you have a kind of mentality that is against the policies of the society, policies of the state. So those are the things we are after. So we are just believing God these doors will be open for us to be able to establish something which will be of great help, necessity as of now, to everybody in the society. From these regions, we will come up now with, from there we'll be able to establish a national league and what have you, just gradually like that, to see that the values are passed, the Christian values are passed through this arm of sports.
Okay, Apostle, it seems as if the first edition of this movement is in Yaoundé.
Yes.
So for those that will not be opportune to be present, how can they have access to this glorious movement?
Yeah, I think by the grace of God, one of our partners in relation to this is a CRTV, which in most cases they'll be doing coverage. And secondly, there's a YouTube channel that is GFRM. You click to type GFRM, you have all the activities, the program in relation to the sports, the match, and whatever concerning the competition. You get it from there immediately as you type GFRM. And in the same note, CRTV will be covering the events. So we'll be able to have it also from their own respective channels. Then for now, you can get it from YouTube, GFRM. As you type GFRM, maybe football or Gomef, you'll be able to see, Gomef simply means Goshen Men of Valor. You'll be able to see all the activities of the competition, the preparation, and that which we are doing. If you are not in Yaoundé, you get it through that in the respective regions.
Thank you.